I can't see myself.
I don't like
know
the
if I'm on the
feed.
air or not. The TV's not on, so.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Zod took a week off. Now he doesn't give a shit. All right. Welcome to Pick Central.
If anyone in this company
What?
deserves a fucking break, it shouldn't be taking damage right now. It's this.
Yes, you're right. Okay, everybody relax.
No, you had to upstage me with the purple. Now you're the best looking guy in purple in the office in all-time history.
The TV is the volume.
I like it.
Okay. What are you doing?
Me?
No, not you.
Oh.
How much did that cost you?
It's a good way to get the chat around you.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
What can I do to bring the people back?
Hey, I've lost them already. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I've tried for a year. What does it matter?
Well, I thought about bringing a Riley Cooper jersey, but maybe not today. All right, so. All right, relax. Here we go.
What a day.
Megan's here?
Pick Central.
Oh, man.
Pick Central, our gambling show is brought to you by the Barstool Sportsbook. Please, the Barstool Sportsbook, the #1 sports betting app in this country. Go to the Barstool Sportsbook, download, and create an account today. You're going to get a $1,000 bonus for new players. If your first bet loses, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. I'm having some sort of allergic reaction right now.
What's happening?
I don't know. I can't open my eyes.
Called a stroke.
Yeah, I might be having a stroke.
Barstool Sports is now offering a $1,000 bonus for new players. If your first bet loses, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. So download and create an account today. Use code PICK to unlock your $1,000 bonus. Be sure to use code PICK to unlock your $1,000 bonus. Terms apply. Must be 21 plus gambling problem. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Apologize, Rico. My Lakers.
For Brandon being uncoordinated?
Oh, my God. I didn't even see you have a mustache. What's
You can't
wrong
call
with the
Brandon
mustache?
uncoordinated if you can't clap.
Coming up on a year on Top Gun.
Hold on. What do you think is uncoordinated about this?
What do you mean?
Well, you said uncoordinated.
How do you spaz out on a read?
I wasn't. I had some sort
Rico,
of.
you can't clap.
Huh?
Rico can't clap. I don't
That's
know what
not
he's talking about.
no, that's not true.
I watched a video.
Yeah,
Every
and
part.
it took me 13 seconds of walking over to figure it out, and then once Coach said, find the beat, watch the first clap, the two of us together in unison.
All right.
So stick it.
Don't worry about that. Marty's also right. What about your image at this company did you think was going to be enhanced by that little pedophile mustache you got on your face?
That thing's gross.
That's awful. That's terrible.
I did it last year for Top Gun. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's not Top Gun anymore.
All right, take it easy.
Like everyone had it for Top Gun.
Zoom-ins. Yeah, Top Gun. I don't know. Year anniversary. I don't think it's the worst.
But apologize for
Chris Matthews walked in right now.
your Grizzlies bet. The Lakers won. It wasn't even fucking
the Lakers
close.
won. Yeah, it won by 40. It wasn't even close.
That the Grizzlies
Talked
are.
myself into that. Yeah, and now it's gonna be. I do think it's gonna be a war. It was one of those like deny till it happens. So I do think the Lakers are a prime threat to the Warriors, and it's gonna be a hell of a series. I think all these semifinals are unbelievable.
All right, Marty's here, Big Ev's here, Rico's here, Megan Making Money is here. Hi, Megan.
Hey, Brandon.
How are things in Louisiana? At least your part of Louisiana.
Oh, my part's great. We're having a great time down here.
We're not going to talk about it.
No.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
How hypocritical would it be? I mean, like, I've been called on Mike saying some things before, so I can't say shit. But y'all can.
I don't know. What,
Can we not talk about it, but just say one thing?
No. Let's not say one thing. But what would be
great new sound drop.
what would be the one
If I
thing?
were to say one thing, I would say it is incredible. Then coming off a weekend of NFL draft, like Game 7s in multiple sports, crazy action, all this, and possibly awesome sports stuff to talk about. Mincy still somehow becomes number one on the list.
On some lists you don't want to be a top, you know?
Correct, but still, he did it again.
Yeah.
He can't. He slips on a banana.
He did it
goes
again.
viral.
He did it again somehow.
I think it's very odd of you to wear shorts today, considering the big balls you had last night, pulling 2 outright upsets in the NHL. Ev,
I don't know.
I thought
He
those
had
things.
Balls. He just threw.
I thought those things. I thought those things
He
were
just
gonna
threw a
start
couple
hanging
things-
out of there.
oh, those are balls.
He didn't know what he was doing. He just threw it at the wall.
Fair enough, though.
Like, fuck it. Why not? That's what it was.
Two road favorites in the end. I mean, it was a little crazy to me that they were so big favorites in a game. Like, you figure it's like, yeah, did you think the Bruins were going to win, and did you think Avalanche were going to win? Yeah, probably. But the series did go 7.
All right,
I was amazed at those lines.
All 3 road teams won.
so we're gonna start.
Warriors too.
We're gonna start with hockey.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna start with. We're gonna start with hockey. I know nobody in this room can qualify as a huge hockey fan. I understand that.
I don't know about that.
Ranges.
The playoffs.
Name 3 players on the Anaheim Ducks.
That's a tough team.
Charlie Conway.
Name 3 players on the Florida Panthers who played last night.
I watched the whole game. I don't know if I.
Bobrovsky.
Chuck, I got
Mario Lumix.
That's
Patrick Roy.
okay. All right. So I don't think anybody in this room could be
Chris
confused.
Chelios.
Hey, I worked with the NHL for like 3 years, so I know some things.
Doesn't translate to TV.
Name 3 Boston Bruins currently.
Marchand,
That I could do.
DeBrusque,
Bobby Hull.
goalie Swayville,
Wait, man.
Wayman.
Is it Krejci?
Yeah, I could do a bunch.
Pasta Rock.
Pasta. Just that's half of just Feidelberg's tweets.
Yeah, correct.
I would say this. I could probably out of any teams, Bruins probably the one I could name the most players.
Yeah.
Bruins, yeah.
Maybe the Rangers.
Rangers and Bruins.
Islanders.
The games are entertaining.
But
Listen, even if you don't, I'm telling you right now, if you're on the chat, if you're whatever, if you do not watch sports and you want to learn what sports is about, watch a fucking hockey playoff game.
Game 7 especially.
Game 7 in the playoffs is you don't have to know hockey. It is just intensity. It's like a drug from start to finish. And that game last night, the Panthers controlled 2/3 of the game, and then the Bruins finally took the lead. They won 65 games in the regular season. 65 games. This is the most dominant regular season team in the history of the NHL, and they got put out. They blew a 3-1 lead in the first round to a team that's not very good.
I mean, I know hockey's different in the sense that they have way more like first round upsets than basketball, stuff like that. Think about if that 73-9 Warriors team blew a 3-1 lead in the first round. So
Yeah.
the
Lost to
final.
the Thunder.
so
In the first
Is
round.
that
in the
fair?
finals.
Is it like fair to hockey fans?
I don't know what you're.
It's crazy that they have to
I know
watch
what you
this.
said because everyone's saying that is like if you like. I know it's different in hockey. I don't see this one as that much different. It's a 1 versus an 8, right?
Yeah.
And it's a 1 that was it was like they're the favorite to win the whole
They
thing.
set the record for the most wins in NHL
It's
history, right? Or
basically
points, whatever it is, points.
The
Yeah.
same
Regular-
thing as the Bucks losing to the Heat. It's like that is awful. I don't care that it's hockey. It is you choked, and the Bucks weren't up 3-1. You were up 3-1 on.
Well,
the
I know the Bucks choked too. But the Bruins were so dominant, like historically dominant. Like they put themselves in a spot where anything short of the Stanley Cup was going to be a disappointing failure. And which is fine, whatever that happens. But the Panthers beating them, and the way they beat them, like they scored, they pulled the goalie, they scored with 59 seconds left. That's got to be. There's no heartbreak like hockey heartbreak when you're up 3-2 with the series and everything in front of you, and then you give up a goal, and then in overtime,
a goal with a minute left.
in overtime you have to feel like you're skating in mud or something. The way the Panthers just kept attacking and stuff. Hockey fandom has to be the most rewarding and what's the opposite of rewarding?
Torturous.
Heartbreaking,
Winning?
torturous,
Yeah, torturous.
torturous fandom in sports.
Well, I was upset I wasn't here last because I hated that you loved Giannis's what he said. So is that disappointing too? Because they were supposed to win the Stanley Cup. Do you think that was disappointing or a failure?
No, I thought he brought up a good point about fair. I mean,
I understand.
I get what
of
he's
it.
saying. Like more times than not, you fail technically, but he was just saying it without saying it. So yeah, that's a major disappointment as the Bruins. They would say that.
No, yeah, it's just there's difference of obviously if you don't win the championship, it's not technically a failure. I understand that, but when you're the best team ever to as non-hockey guys, we all knew how fucking good the Bruins were this year, and they sucked it up last night.
So isn't a big isn't a big thing in hockey the team that wins like the President's Trophy, like the best record, they like never win the cup.
I only found that out last night.
Yeah.
It's like I think it's like 10 consecutive years. Whoever wins the President's Cup has not won the Stanley
Well,
Cup.
you got to know nothing about hockey to know that. I mean, there was one year I think it was 8, 7, 6, and 5 in the Western Conference. They all upset. Like hockey the upsets are pretty rampant, if you ask me. Of all
That's
of them,
why, because you got to think like in basketball, football, it happened like more than often. Like last year, literally Super Bowl 2-1 seeds.
Megan, who you texting?
No one making sure I retweeted the show.
Oh, very good. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Did you watch the hockey down there? Did your husband watch the hockey?
We watched some hockey games.
Your
but
guy,
I really
your husband's your husband seems like a guy that would be an intense hockey fan if he ever got into it.
He probably would. I want to get into hockey more. I mean, I feel like going up to Chicago will help that because there's not a whole lot of opportunity to watch hockey down here unless it's on TV.
I feel like a man that will not eat on game day of LSU. He's that intense. He will not eat on game day. Is built for hockey.
Probably.
He needs to have that in his life. But anyway, yeah, that was the Bruins lose. The Avs on the other side, defending Cup champions, they lose to the Kraken.
What do you think about that? Of that, these expansion teams are immediately good.
Because hockey lives on a razor thin margin, right? Bad teams can beat good teams in hockey, and
Yeah, but expansion teams, first year teams.
well, I mean, the Diamondbacks won the World Series in 2001, and in their 4th year of existence. Like it's not terrible.
But the Vegas Knights, what was that? The first year they were in
Yeah,
the Stanley Cup?
it was different. Like it was actually, I actually think it's more impressive for the Kraken that they're this good this early because they changed it up. Like when the Golden Knights came in and they did the expansion draft and everything like that, they didn't have the cap set, so the Golden Knights could pick off any players that they really wanted to. They put more restrictions on the Kraken this time around to make it harder for them, and they still made it to the playoffs in their second year.
Is this the biggest choke since the Patriots?
I wish I knew more enough about hockey to say yes or no, but I just don't.
The Lightning got.
I'm going to all sports.
The Lightning got swept as a 1 seed.
They did. Also,
I'd say blowing a 3-1. I think it's more of a choke.
Warriors blowing a 3-1.
Like getting swept, you didn't even show up.
I know, but that's such
just got, bitch
that's
slapped
more
out of the
embarrassing than a choke.
I still think
That's more. I think.
Yeah, I know.
I still think Kentucky going 38-0 and then losing to Wisconsin in the Final Four is a huge choke.
Yeah, it's tough to say choke when we make the Final Four, but I get what you mean.
No, not really, because they went 38-0, got to the Final Four, and lost to a team that had no business being on the court with them.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't like how people are saying it's not a choke. Not really a choke. Hockey showed everyone could win on different.
It's a choke.
Anyone could win in any sport. Night.
They had a lead forget about 3-1 lead. They were leading 3-2 entering the final minute.
They were a minute away.
They were a minute away, and then and once that goal went in, you could tell they were done.
Yep.
They were toast.
Think about that after blowing the 3-1 lead to begin with.
Because
you already had fought through so much, then you're right there.
Because the
slips away again.
The Panthers probably should have scored 2 or 3 goals in overtime. They had 2 or 3. They had a breakaway. He didn't score, and then they have one that went off the shoulder.
Yeah.
They almost scored twice before they finally scored.
The game winner was a nice shot. It's a good shot.
One thing I will say about hockey, and then I'll move on. Okay. Besides the intensity, besides everything, also the national anthem for the Rangers was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen the other day. Did you see that shit?
I didn't.
I don't know that guy.
I didn't see it.
Francie or something?
No, I didn't see it earlier.
Unbelievable.
The hockey anthem guys are the best. Kevin Hayes did something nice for his brother and got that anthem singer for the Bruins to go down and do his nephew's hockey game. Those anthem guys in hockey are iconic. I do know that.
Now, when you watch hockey, it is really incredible the skill with which they do what they do.
It's insane.
Because I've often watched it and think, it's a little bit of random, it's a little bit of luck, but they'll whip that thing around the ice, 30, 40 feet, knowing exactly where it's going, and they'll put it right on somebody's stick. It's fucking incredible.
Stopping.
They're doing it on ice skates, Marty.
Oh, how about this?
Hockey players, when they hit land, they don't know what to do.
They're doing it on ice skates.
I've ice skated enough, as a kid. A couple of years, Friday nights, that was the thing to do to hang out when you're 11 or whatever. How do you skate backwards?
I don't know.
At a high speed.
You guys have all seen my brother.
You can't even do that on regular roller skates.
I've seen your brother.
My brother's not a very built man.
Yeah.
He's not something you're
going to tell me he can play hockey?
He played Seton Hall. He's a wizard on the ice. Backwards, does that. It's insane. And I can't
I just feel like it's the same as swimming, right? If you've just been a swimmer your whole life, you're just really fucking good at it. And then it's you take them out of the water and they're not nearly as fast.
Oh, I thought you were comparing swimming
No,
and hockey.
I was just saying
what
it's the same kind of
Really
thing.
the same thing if you think about it.
Yeah, that makes sense. You could be fast in the water.
No, yeah.
They just
get on land.
Yeah, so you're standing on the water instead of
It's
being in it.
basketball players are.
And
I could see them
be fast
They're good
runners,
at. They're good at football, or football players could be good at basketball and
Well,
all other
It's fucking
sports.
hard.
now I've
I'm
never
just gonna say that.
Megan, you ever ice skated?
one time, and it was literally the hardest thing I've ever done.
I've never ice skated in my entire life.
Rico's right.
I can
Friday
water
nights.
ski. I can do anything like on the water with stuff like but I can't do anything on ice or snow.
You know what? I can water ski. I was good at water skiing, but I could never wakeboard. I could never get up on that thing.
I could wakeboard, but not very well.
Yeah, Rico. Yeah, we couldn't do
You
that.
don't know what those are?
Wakeboard.
What a wakeboard is?
We went on Otis' boat.
Oh, that's right.
Couldn't get up.
In Alabama, y'all know there were snakes in that water. A lot of them.
See, like,
Mine
there's
stays.
no chance I'd ever go. I'll never go back in the water again.
Oh, there's moccasins in that water. bro.
Any lake in the south is gonna have like cottonmouths and moccasins
Fine
and
with
rat
me.
snakes.
Oh,
and
They're not going to bother you, though, as long as you don't bother them.
I'd trust that man into the gates of hell, so I was good.
I'm
Oh,
sure
well,
you would.
If you look at Tuscaloosa these days, he's pretty close.
There's only 2 murders on the team now. You saying reload is unbelievable.
Reload. Did you mean to do that?
Nope.
Oh, before we go forward into NBA basketball, I've been told that we have to reset the clock of Rico mental breakdowns.
Oh no,
Oh,
what
God.
happened?
It was slight. It was slight.
I told you I'd let you tell a story.
Weigh in on this. All right, so you go into the hardware store. It's rained for 48 hours, so like you're already kind of a little. But if you know nothing, like, are you handy?
Wait, does rain gets you a little?
Right, right.
Rain pisses
You're
them
already
off.
starting off
Pisses them
bad.
off.
Yeah,
Actually,
definitely.
rain like relaxes me.
Nah, it's horrible.
I love rain.
No, it's horrible. Are you handy? Are any of you handy?
I'm decent.
I'm handy.
All right. When you go into like, I went
She's
in
not.
there.
Don't let her say that.
I knew
Yes, I am. I
knew
am
the
handy.
generic thing I needed to replace. So I'm like, hey, is there anybody who could help me? And the guy's like, yeah, like for what? Like where are you? Like to me, it doesn't matter if I tell you light bulbs or fucking like what like I didn't know exactly what I needed to fix it.
So you're mad they asked you
What you needed at the
what
store?
you needed.
No, the guy's like, what aisle? Like whoever you send out, I'm just gonna meet him there and then say, here's what I need, and then he's gonna walk me to the aisle. Me going to wait by the aisle is pointless because what if I'm in the wrong aisle? I know dick.
But the guy needs to know.
Explain it to him.
He needs to know.
Explain it to him in the front, and then I follow him. Me going to the back and
I'm
meeting
saying
him
explain
there.
it to him in the front. Be like, hey, I don't really know.
You need
what
They
your
I-
wouldn't let me
handheld
do
for
that. They were like,
everything,
go to
Rico.
where you want to go, and then I'm like,
Yeah,
guys,
because they have different specialties.
Right.
These people.
There's different guys that can
Like,
help you.
There's a
not
garden,
in this place. This
There's
is
a garden person.
I'm in Pop
There's a
Place.
hardware.
I'm in. It wasn't Home Depot. Mom and Pop place. They bring one guy
I
out.
worked at a mom
He
and pop
covers-
place that was a hardware store, and
covers
we
the
would-
whole
we
store.
would send people back.
So the guy's like, well, like, you got to tell me where you are. I'm like, you know what? Forget it. I throw the 2 things that I have onto the porch thing and go to walk out. Then I realized if I go home and I don't get this done anyway and I got to come back, I'm like, this is going to be a disaster. So I come back. I'm like, pal, what's the difference of what I need?
Pal?
Just have the guy come out. He's like, you're yelling at me. I get paid $15 an hour. I was like, all right, I'll go back there. Just
More
send
than
the
you.
guy. And then they sent the guy. We ended up getting it done. And I talked to the kid when I got up there. I'm like, dude, you got to look. I don't know dick. Like, what's the point? Just send the guy out.
I think I speak for Marty and Ev when I say you are fucking insane.
Nuts, bro.
You are nuts. You are twisted in the goddamn head.
If you don't know what you're looking for, I can explain it to the guy. when I
Why
come
does
out.
that fucking
Marty,
guy
let's
need
roll.
to tell no
Marty.
what you're
that you
needing?
Marty, let's role play real quick. You be Rico. I'll be the hardware store guy.
Alright.
Oh, hey sir, how are you doing today?
Hey, where is this?
Well, what are you talking about?
What do you mean you don't know what this is? I don't know what it is. You don't know
But
what this
what are you trying to do, sir?
Something I'm trying to build this something.
Well, I need to know so I can tell you which aisle to go to.
Well, what am I gonna go back there by myself, wait for somebody else and come back?
You're taking too long.
What?
You should have freaked out already. You should have
I
freaked
did. I
out way
gave
before.
him
You're
3 opportunities to send the guy out. He wouldn't send the guy
one more
out.
time, Marty. Hold on. Hold on, Marty. One more time and quicker this time. Hello, sir. How are you?
Oh, I'm all right. It's raining a little. Gets me.
Well, what can I help you with?
What do you mean? What do you mean? I need to fix this right now. What the fuck are you talking about?
Fix what? I don't even know what you.
I gotta fix this. My wife's gonna kill me. I gotta fucking do this when this happens.
And scene.
What? Why? You really are something.
You're
else.
fucking crazy.
These people don't know
You guys
what
working on a Saturday in the
Bosco
rain.
needs.
I understand that. Just send the
You
guy
should
out.
you should be sanctioned to live.
His
in
day would have been
the
way
South for,
easier if he's
5
just
years
like,
to
all
learn
right,
to
I'll send
manage.
somebody out. Even if he lied,
Somebody out to do what?
me to explain what to say and then where to go.
Somebody to come explain to you what to say to them.
No. I don't think we're following here. That guy comes out, and then I immediately go, hey, dude, this is what I have to get done. And then he goes, okay, it sounds like you need this. And then we walk together. I follow him like a little fucking bitch. Do the thing. He tells me what to buy, and I go.
I know I have you're wrong, but I do get what you mean where I liked being babied in the store.
Yes.
And, like, I want you to show me.
Especially things I know nothing.
You have to tell them what you want before you get babied.
If you buy a car, you get baby. You don't. If you're going to fucking get a wrench, you don't get baby. You're just going to spend money at a store.
I couldn't find paint one time, and I wanted to be babied, and I could not figure it out.
There's
it's
paint stores.
It's different things. No, because one's for a dresser, one's for the wall.
It wasn't choosing between different kinds of paints or like shelves or like I needed a project done, and I don't know how to do it. So I was explaining.
What did you need to do?
What do you need to know?
The people I bought my house from are scumbags.
Of course
Lazy
they are.
fucking
They didn't do anything.
scumbags.
Sure.
Hope it rains in Florida every fucking day down there.
Aren't you supposed to check the house?
It does rain in
Check
Florida.
the house. They're still fucking lazy. So the washing machine has a pipe, and then the sink pipe goes in, and it's like half-assed. It's a metal pipe like this, and the other thing goes in, and it's shitty. We had to put a rubber piece on there and tighten it so that none of the shit
Keep
would
it
leak.
together, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know any of that. So I'm explaining. I needed to explain to the guy, I got a situation with 2 pipes. What do I do?
There's YouTube,
like when you
Rico.
go to Best Buy, you know enough to, hey, I'm looking at this TV. I heard Sony's good. I want to do this. Like, you know enough of explaining different brands. That's simple.
All right,
This, I don't know nothing. The guy gave me a couple options. He's like, you could do putty, you could do this.
You role play. You're the guy.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. I got a pipe in my washing machine. I got to couple it together with another pipe.
Okay, so I think that's in this aisle 7.
Oh, super! I hope you have a great day.
Once I got to aisle 7,
Rico.
once I got to aisle 7, it would be like a fucking gorilla trying to hump a fucking doorknob. I still wouldn't know what the fuck I was doing. That's the part you're missing. That's the fucking part you're missing. I could go down to aisle 7, and the guy would tell me to buy a fucking voltage adapter, and I'd be like, okay, I'll get a voltage adapter. Then I'd have to come back.
We're at
0 days.
At 0 days again.
You're
0
missing the
days.
point. Like, you could send
There's 2
anybody
words,
down
bro.
there.
There's 2 words. TaskRabbit.
Oh, that's
But
I
you
told my
still
husband
gotta
about
buy
that, and he
this
didn't think that
shit.
existed.
You just.
I ended up doing it myself.
okay. All right.
Motherfucking
Okay.
60
Fall
times while
apart.
the thing dripped on me. But
Hey. Relax.
It's already raining, and then he's getting dripped on inside.
All right.
You need your red hat.
let me tell you something. There's also nothing worse than getting a phone call while you're in the middle of like doing a project.
Oh, I love that.
There are worse things than that.
Always bad.
I
Being on there and getting dripped on. I'm like, hello?
I feel like Rico's house can get blown up and he'd be more calm, but like if something small is off, he freaks the fuck out.
Microwave
I
stop.
love how he started that story saying, it's raining, so I get a little. It's crazy.
I told you, I hate leaving.
It's just the energy you walk in the hardware store with.
I walked in calm. No.
You walk in like, I wish you would not tell me exactly what I want to hear.
I walked in and
I'm gonna
found
light a fire under his ass.
I needed to get a couple of things. I found a couple of things I needed to get done, and then it hit me when I was walking. I go, oh, I got to do this other thing.
He wanted 2 screws, a blowjob, and get jerked off in 8 hours.
Did you miss us while you were gone last week?
No, absolutely. I mean, you can't make this up.
The point you're not understanding is I could go down that aisle. I have a better opportunity of fucking humping the floor than figuring out what I need to buy.
I don't think
Rico, there's YouTube. Just get on YouTube. That's it.
All right.
The funniest part of this is like I've seen Rico angry and then answer the phone. Like he's like, oh god damn it, and just like presses the green button like so hard.
Hello? The best part, I bought the 2-inch fucking rubber thing that goes over. It was way too big. Had to go back, get the 1.5.
Did you ask him where the 1.5 was?
I knew where it was.
Oh man.
NBA
The
basketball.
guy did have a good line. He's like, dude, what do you want from me? I get paid $15 an hour.
NBA basketball. It is rare that you can pinpoint when a player makes a leap on an all-time ranking. It is rare when you can pinpoint a moment that they put the team on their back and they say, all right, well, I am clearly this kind of guy. Steph was already there, Steph Curry. But yesterday, 8 of the 10 Warriors that saw a lot of minutes did not deserve to win that game. The only 2 Warriors that deserved to win that game were Looney, who had 20, 21, 22 rebounds.
Double, yeah.
And then Steph Curry, who went off for 50 points. Klay Thompson was 4 of 19. On and on. That team was horrible in Game 7, except Steph and Looney said, no, we're not losing. And Steph particularly, 50 points, the most ever in a Game 7. Marty, Steph Curry is a top blank player of all time.
5 to 6. I've went through my list.
I don't know that I put him that high yet. Now, I will say this. There is a lot of knee-jerk reaction going on here when people saying – I saw a lot of people saying yesterday, if he wins the title this year, he jumps up. Well, he ain't won the title this year yet, so let's just relax.
He won one round. But still.
Should already have 5, though. That's the thing.
Why?
Draymond's an asshole.
Okay.
Yeah, but
That's like 3-1, dude.
in my opinion, with when you rank players of all time,
Yeah.
because it's so hard to do when they're different positions,
Yeah.
different time periods, it's changing the game. Michael Jordan, LeBron James changed the game. Everyone knows that for the better. Steph Curry has completely changed how basketball is played.
On multiple levels.
So many levels of like, and
High
people
school,
say like, what
college,
about
youth.
Bill Russell or Will Chamberlain? Like, they're still up there, and like, people say, like, I don't even think it's like, he's past Kobe. He has.
I think he has as well.
I think
He's
been-
past Kobe, and like, it's people get mad about that, but it just is. Steph Curry is doing things you do not see. He's also 35 still.
Still got
Goodness.
4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years, and like the 3-point, like there's no more big men really because of him. Because no one people.
Well, I disagree with that point.
I don't think there. I think a lot of big men have to be able to shoot now because of he's changed.
That's a natural progression, but I mean, like Ebo said yesterday in our chat, every MVP candidate this year was a center.
The biggest issue is now you have
Well,
to, if
shoot.
you're a center, you have to be able to guard high pick and roll. If you can't guard
Yes.
high pick and roll, you're not going to play.
Yeah, but like what Steph, I don't know, just what Steph has done, I think puts him in that category where it's like, if we went, are we going to go through a 5 or a 6 or a 10?
You can if you like. I mean, I think that's probably more of a discussion for after the finals. But sure, if you want to tell me the 4 players, if you have him 5, tell me the 4 players ahead of him. I'm going to guess Michael, LeBron. Help me out.
I want you to guess your own. Because
On
mine,
your list,
Kareem,
Kareem, and then Wilt. Maybe do you have?
and it was Wilt or Magic. But I think
So
Steph-
Magic is the
I think
difficult
Steph
question, right?
Went above Magic.
Okay, so here's the thing. Forget all-time rankings and just a player. Is he – how do you position him all-time? Is he the best point guard that ever lived? Because he's not a typical point guard. When you say he's the best point guard that ever lived, you have to put him over guys that actually played a more natural, a more traditional sense of
like,
point guard.
Me and Ev were talking about that. Like
It was in
know
the
he-
chat with us.
We all read it.
We all read it.
don't you think that's a good transition? Or you want me to just shut up?
No, it was a great transition.
What do you really consider him as? Because I know he's listed as a point guard, but
But he is
like,
a
in
point
the,
guard.
In the determination of shooting guard, he's also a shooting guard.
Yeah,
like
but
everybody
ball in his
would be shooting
hands.
guard besides like Stockton.
He's a point guard that shoots. And he averages over
I
6.
know. I'm not taking that away. I know.
He averages over 6 career assists per game.
I think he's just like a hybrid. I think he's just a guard.
Like everybody, but I'm saying my point was that every guard's like every
You're
point guard's like a
transitioning to
hybrid.
be hybrid.
They
guard.
weren't always like that. You would consider Jason Kidd like that. You would consider Stockton like that. Isaiah
I'm saying
Thomas
those are
like
rare,
that.
but I'm saying Isaiah Thomas is like he scored a lot.
Like
Yep.
think about point guards now.
He wasn't really a shooter. He was more of a scorer.
like
Well,
Lillard is
the game is
point
just
guard, like
extended, but
Teams don't really have true point guards anymore. They have a high usage ball like dominant
Yes,
player. Like
yes.
Giannis
And
is like
another
your
guard.
ball dominant player.
Like LeBron's a point guard basically when he's obviously not. Like it's just like, all right, we're gonna put him in. We're gonna give their best guy the ball right.
Like
now.
SGA is like the ball dominant player for
Yeah.
the.
He's
the
without a
Thunder.
doubt the best shooter to ever.
I think it's no discussion. Top 10
Oh,
for sure.
Oh, I think he's jammed himself in the top 10.
So like with the, I don't know. I went through. I was actually trying to like look up some things and.
I'll just say some players
5,
he's
but-
passed. I think he's passed Shaquille O'Neal.
Yes.
I think he's passed Kobe Bryant.
Yep.
Tim Duncan's an uncomfortable discussion. Probably
I think.
past him.
so.
I thought it was interesting you had Duncan ahead of Shaq. When Shaq was at his peak, he was dominant.
Okay, well his peak wasn't very long. Duncan's peak was 15
What about
years.
Dirk?
Duncan won 5 titles over a 15-year stretch. You could count on him being there at the end of games. You didn't have to sit him because of problems. He could play defense as well. Duncan is solid. 25, 12, and 6 is what I'm going to get for 15 fucking years.
How long
Can
would
we
you
get
consider
Shaq personality
when Shaq
points?
first came in? He was an impact in the league.
So Shaq did impact the league, but Shaq his pre-prime was really good. His prime was elite. His post-prime was garbage.
Still went and won a title in 06.
I guess.
That's like I would say like a year after they won that finals, probably like the end of his prime.
Yeah.
Year or two.
He got to another finals in 04.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And got beat by.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know. I just think like
I mean, you're
who hits if they're both racing down the street, who hits the highest speed?
you're asking what's faster, a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, right? Like
Yeah.
they're both great cars. But I think Steph's way up there. Like, is he past Larry Bird? I think that's definitely.
Yes.
I think he has too.
That's where I'm saying like he gets to that 5, 6, 7 where you can really.
I feel like it's a hard conversation because, as Marty said, it's just basketball has changed so much. Like we're just talking about different times, different players, the way that they played. It's like why it's hard to say Michael versus LeBron, who's the ultimate GOAT, because it was just two different fucking times of basketball.
What do you say about Bill Russell?
I don't think he should be in the mix.
And I don't either. And then people get mad. He's got so many championships. Like, well,
there were 6 teams in the league, and
There's
there
8
were,
teams in the league.
yeah, I know. That's what I'm
Half of
saying.
them were literally plumbers.
And it's just like I think that he shouldn't be in the top 5 at all, but people will say he should.
Where'd you put Pippen?
What?
Where would you put Scottie Pippen?
Top 25 or 30. Way up, pretty high up there.
I'm convinced it's 5. He's 5.
You know what I've discovered through this Warriors run, where you know how they had like that 2-year run where like pretty much no Thompson, no Green, and they like kind of had some stopgap players.
Sure.
Kelly Oubre is the worst player that's ever played basketball. Like they
been
had
bad.
Kelly Oubre was their 3rd option on that team, and they did not make the playoffs. And then he went to the Hornets, they're the worst team ever. Kelly Oubre might be the worst NBA player of all time.
No, he's been bad. But my favorite thing about this NBA playoffs is that like these young teams that kind of thought they had it, they're second in the West, third in the West, just lose to the team.
I mean, you can.
They're close though.
The
No,
Grizzlies,
give the
they're
Kings a lot
close.
of
the
credit.
Grizzlies
Kings are there.
separate the Kings and Grizzlies because the Kings went at the fucking Warriors.
100%. Grizzlies, I'm just
The Grizzlies, I
saying.
think, are they got some things to work out.
I don't think the Grizzlies have it. I really don't.
I don't think the Grizzlies have a great
The Kings do.
makeup of identity. It
I think
seems
the-
like the
the
Kings
Grizzlies
are doing
need-
things
they-
right and sticking together. The Grizzlies are wild boys.
The Josh stuff hurt, obviously, the off the field, off the court stuff, but I think I still really like their core. And I think
Well, even
they
Brooks acting like an ass. I just think nuts.
I just think a young core of Ja, Jaren Jackson,
Yes.
and Bane is incredible.
Without a
And I think
doubt.
you can
Without a doubt.
You can mold. It maybe Brooks needs to go. You need to figure some things
Yeah,
out.
they
But
got
I think they have a really strong young core. They can move some pieces around and be back on top.
I'll tell you
or get to the top.
another thing about Steph Curry. We pointed out rightfully that LeBron, now the all-time leading scorer. LeBron lived up to a remarkable amount of hype. He was put more hype was put on him than anybody ever, and he somehow still exceeded it. Steph Curry is one of those comets, like these rare supernovas in college basketball, that actually turned into a good player in the pros. Like Jimmer Fredette,
Even better.
Adam Morrison, guys like this that are just these huge superstars. That's what Steph Curry was at Davidson. Like, people would find his games and they would watch him. And then it was curious what he would do on draft night. Where would he go? Is he big enough? Can he get his shot off? These were actual questions. I was hoping he would go the Knicks. They were at like 8 because I wanted to see him in the Garden.
one pick right in front
And
of
he
us.
went at number 7 to Golden State and has been he has carried over whatever he did in college. I mean, he's a much better NBA player than he is in college.
I still believe the Knicks would have fucked up that pick. But
Probably.
that's why like Knicks
I don't
fans,
think
we
you
would have
fucked
got
up
him.
that pick though.
Well, they would have taken him, but I
saying
don't
that-
think you would have had the success, obviously. But
I agree with you. Steph Curry, did you see what he said? He texted Draymond being like, I can't sleep after the game 6, and like supposedly had this insane speech to all of them. Then fucking Wiggins, like, I had chills, like, and Draymond's like, I'm not gonna tell you I knew he was gonna drop 50, but I could tell you that there was no chance we were losing this game. 'Cause it's cool to see where it's like, he's got nothing left to prove. Nothing. But he's still so in it, and having that and seeing that is cool to me.
How old
What's
is he?
interesting about
35.
that? What's interesting about that is though he's 6 foot tall. He's 6'1".
Yeah,
taller than that.
He's it's 6'2",
He might be like 6'.
6'3". Okay, fine.
Yeah, he's smaller.
He's 6'2".
Slight.
He's 160 pounds, tiny guy, and he got the bulldog in him and says, we're not going to fucking lose this game.
Yeah.
And he does it a different way than everybody else. He just does it by shooting from 35 feet.
But
Yeah.
see, but I still every time I watch, like, obviously his shooting is so good that I think it people know how good he is offensively, but I think he's such a good shooter. It takes away from the rest of the offensive game. Like, he was getting to the basket at will.
He doesn't get enough credit for his
If you
ball
watch the
handling.
game outside, it was like obviously he made a bunch of great threes, but he was like just taking them to the rack, and they could not do a thing.
When he goes
it.
in the middle of everybody
so
going like
quick.
this
Well, his
around
pregame-
people,
He is
it's
so
like,
quick.
Pre-game
He
ball
gets
handling
by
is
him,
iconic. Yeah.
and he doesn't miss the layup.
His layup package is pretty
When
good.
he
too.
gets to the rim, he's making the layup every time. It's incredible.
How many more years? Because that was why I asked the question about his age. How many? It's similar to Ray Allen is where I'm going to go with this. How many more years you think he has? Peak where he's carrying the team.
I mean,
I
Two
think
or
he's got
three
at
at
least.
least.
A few, yeah.
All right, so let's say it's two.
I think more.
Let's fine, but let's say it's 2 or 3, and let's also say how many more years can the Warriors kind of keep this whole thing together? Let's say it's 2 or 3, right? Whatever he does in those 2 or 3 years, he then turns 38. The Warriors blow up, like they got to rebuild. It's time for him to go. He's only played on one team for his career. He wants to extend his career. Could you not see him cutting down his minutes a little bit, going to a contender and being a spot up guy for 15 minutes,
He could
and
be
still
JJ
going out
Redick.
and being a microwave?
it could be
Like,
JJ Redick.
yeah, I don't know. I just think he might play till he's like 42. The shit he has,
Yeah,
like
I don't think
you
he ever
lose.
moves on. From
Yeah,
the
I think he's a Warrior
Warriors.
for life.
I got that.
It's
I'm just
my gut,
throwing
my-
a curveball into the wrench. He could go win another ring somewhere else. Like it's.
He
I
hasn't had like
honestly-
a ton
I
of
honestly think-
injuries in his career too, right?
Oh, not really. No, he's
No.
been pretty.
Actually,
I mean, he's
the way they're built for, I think they're a good enough franchise where they can make a move where maybe there's a point in time where he's like on the team and not the best player anymore.
Yeah, I could
I
see
see
people
that.
wanting to come to him
I
right, and
just
take
think
a
he's in
step
a
back.
spot where they wouldn't let him go, and I think he would stay before he just went and was like number 2 or 3 on like a.
That's fine. So then that's door number 3. Bring somebody else in who's a superstar for the Warriors. I'll take my minutes down, let you run the show, and I'll still
But you could
contribute a
also
little
see
bit.
When Steph was hurt, they like couldn't make. They could. They
Have you
like,
seen
they
in this
were
series
miserable.
his plus minus when he's on or off the court?
Yeah, it's
gotta be
insane.
insane.
All right,
When he's off the court, it's minus like 100.
Lakers, Warriors. Lakers shut the Grizzlies down.
We have a price on that yet?
Game 6. It's Lakers are plus 130 to win the series.
I think that would be.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then the Lakers plus 130. I don't know what the corresponding Warriors is
Or like
minus
160-ish,
60.
55.
Warriors got the home court, right?
Lakers.
6-7.
They got the home court, but I mean,
Big for them.
Lakers.
I don't know, man. If you're judging performances in the previous round, I thought the Lakers handled the Grizzlies a little bit easier than the Warriors handled. I mean, the Warriors just lost at home to the Kings the
Do
other
you
night.
think that the series contributes to your question about Steph? Like, if he beats the Lakers but doesn't win the whole thing, like, do you think that makes him also jump up or no?
So I think the way we judge basketball players in this country is crazy. If LeBron loses this series to Steph, people are going to come out of the woodwork and it's going to hurt LeBron. If Steph loses this series to the Lakers and LeBron wins, it's just going to be, all right, well, now he has to win the finals.
Facts. Yeah.
They're going to change. They will move the goalpost on LeBron, but they won't move the goalpost on Steph Curry, right? So I don't know why that is, but it is what it is. But yeah, it's going to be yes, Ebo.
Are you at all concerned that LeBron might not be fully healthy?
Not really.
No.
His shooting splits were really bad.
Yeah,
Really
but he
bad.
also he's just still honestly his presence was everything. And he was still what 20, he was scoring 20 a game.
He also does a great job. Well, first of all, he had a 20-point, 22 rebound game, but he does a great job when he's not scoring of making sure the ball gets scored, right? Of making sure that Austin Reeves gets 22, or making sure that Rui Hachimura gets 20. Like he's making sure the ball gets scored, which is a remarkable skill to have.
We're
Especially
also not like the Warriors. Klay Thompson's been playing like dog shit.
Draymond Green's garbage.
Draymond Green hasn't been doing much. Like the Lakers have had someone step up every single game. It's been Austin Reeves. D'Angelo Russell was unbelievable.
Although Looney did absolutely cook Sabonis in this series.
Looney was like the number 2 in this series.
No.
But I think
incredible.
that's like a Anthony Davis and Looney like that. Like the matchups that to me is Lakers. I think they have an advantage. But it's gonna be an awesome series.
Who could the Warriors? Oh, go ahead.
I would say just kind of, but I agree. It's kind of size versus like speed and skill.
Yeah, it is.
Like, can the Lakers play bully ball or can the Warriors just like shoot them out of the gym?
Who could the Warriors have gotten in that draft with Wiseman? Because they kind of punted that. Like he was okay, but then they already traded him away.
Yeah.
Who else am I missing from that
I
draft?
don't remember that. I don't remember drafts by year.
I think
Neither do
was
I.
it 2019 or 2020 maybe?
So
Yeah, I mean he's relatively new.
when Edwards, Wiseman, LaMelo, Patrick Williams, Okoro, Okungwu, Killian Hayes, Obi Toppin, Denny Avdia, Jalen Smith
Not
were
much.
your top 10. Tyrese Halliburton went 12. But
like
he never would have gone top
They have so
5.
many guards.
Not
Yeah.
picking
Like
Tyrese
Obi would have helped as like a.
I was thinking Obi probably would have fit the most,
But you can't take Obi at, or maybe you can't take Obi at 2.
also the
I
problem
don't
with him is his defense isn't great. Like,
Yeah, it's
they
all
never beat,
hindsight. Yeah.
Speaking of drafts, the Blazers get all kind of guff, and they're the all-time worst draft pick, right, for picking Sam Bowie ahead of Michael Jordan. I understand that, but we should really bring up the Timberwolves drafting 2 point guards ahead of Steph Curry, and neither one named Steph Curry.
Well,
That happened.
wasn't one of them.
And one was Paul Flynn was
Johnny
out of the
Flynn.
Johnny
league.
Flynn.
It's gonna be Johnny Flynn
Yeah,
out of the
beat-
league.
yeah.
Ricky Rubio, who had a good
Ricky
career.
Rubio was like, you knew about him when you were 15.
Ricky
That's
Rubio
the thing I was going to say.
fine,
Like,
fine.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you don't draft Johnny Flynn.
Johnny Flynn, and then Steph Curry goes the next pick. That's crazy.
Poor Johnny Flynn.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, fuck Johnny Flynn. He beat us in the state final.
fuck Johnny Flynn.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Fuck him.
Fuck Johnny Flynn. And Paul Harris.
And it didn't help him in the hardware store either.
I was just thinking that.
He's working in a hardware store now.
You think you're better than him?
I didn't say that.
Sounded like it.
With that mustache, you're not better than anybody.
Thank you.
The Suns are down 1-0 to the Nuggets tonight. They're 4.5-point dogs.
You worried, Ev?
This series, I'm starting to backtrack.
When
but
you said one, Big Ev's face went a little like. I'm still with you. I still think they have no.
I'm not because I think the winner of the Lakers Warriors handles them, and I think the Celtics handle them if things really got crazy.
Nuggets can
but
score, man.
you can't know that. I'm taking a step back on the Suns. I just don't know they played enough together to like.
Well, I
They
think they're going to win
no
tonight.
bench.
I think the Suns are going to win tonight.
And they have no bench.
They have
Agreed.
0 people, and they don't play Terrence Ross. That doesn't make any sense to me. But they have no bench at all.
I think the Suns win tonight, and it's a 1-1 series. So I got plus 4.5 and money line for the Suns.
Is Embiid is like obviously the line's saying he's not playing.
Celtics are minus 500.
They're
He was
minus
awful.
10 today is like
Yeah, but if you're he's not playing today, I don't think.
that.
No, he's not.
Hasn't been officially ruled out, but he is doubtful.
But if I'm a Boston fan, and I love all my teams, and I just saw the Bruins as they had to be minus 300 or 400 to win the series to begin with. They just lost. Minus 500 doesn't make me feel good.
They own the Sixers though. Own the Sixers.
Right.
And,
That's
but
with
you know what
Embiid.
though? Like they didn't play great against the Hawks. Like
No.
they didn't look great. I don't know. I'm feeling the Sixers. I think Harden's on.
And
a
the Sixers cruised.
Do you
easier
think
than
Sixers
anybody.
have the scoring power to keep up with the Celtics, though?
If Embiid's healthy?
We,
Yeah.
But
tonight's
he's
gonna be a
not.
problem.
If tonight, no. But if long term in the series, I get 6 healthy games or 5 healthy games, maybe.
I did take the
But
money
tonight,
line
do you think
tonight.
10 is too many?
I took money line.
We've seen the song and dance, fellas. We've seen it.
From what?
They played each other a billion times the last like 5 years. They get smoked every time.
All right.
The core is
So
exactly.
you like the
the
10, Ev, with the Celtics?
I'll probably lay the 10 tonight. I was saying more just the series in general, but I'll probably lay the 10 tonight with Celtics.
How about the fucking Heat though, man? I know you're a Knicks fan.
Dude, Jimmy, I mean,
Is it Frank's fault?
Knicks.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Great question.
Yeah, if that's bullshit,
That
by
pissed
the
me
way.
fuck off.
That's bullshit.
For someone who is like a passionate fan, you can't do that. You don't just get to decide one day when you're 40 years old, I'm a fan of this team. No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not a fan.
You should never, in a
You don't give a fuck if they
tournament
actually
format.
You have to
also,
endure the suffering to enjoy
Exactly.
the success.
You don't just suffer with the Nets and then just be like, all of a sudden the Knicks are good for the first time in a billion years.
You also shouldn't root for a
Not
team
even like good, just like
because they're
not
nice
horrible.
to you. Just because they're nice to you. They gave him tickets in the second row. He fell in love with them. Imagine if everybody fell in love with a team because they were nice to him.
Sir.
Bullshit.
The Knicks, they played great in the first half. They played just god awful in the second half.
Oh,
Thanks
why-
for come back with so many
They
jumpsuits.
just shit the bed.
Rico's just cooking and nobody's.
I understand what he's doing.
Okay.
I'm a fan.
Everyone
I'm
understood. We
just
just didn't want to go.
genuinely-
Yeah,
we
no,
wanna go.
Ev's way more man. I tried to make light of it, but yeah,
I like-
Actually,
it's
annoying.
bullshit. It's very obvious. It's bullshit.
What? You're talking about Frank?
Yeah,
Well, I'm.
Ubbs was heated.
Today though,
No one's talking about it, and I actually like this guy from afar because this Jenks guy is the reason. He's the Knicks fan that's doing it.
yeah.
He brought him.
I kind of want you to go on a rant right now about being a bandwagon fan of the playoff. Really get on his ass.
Oh yeah, no, you shouldn't be. You should not be a bandwagon of any team.
Bullshit.
I mean, it's like lifelong fans that struggle and hard and every day, and it's like, you know how hard it is being a Lakers and a Yankees
tough,
and
yeah.
a Duke fan,
That'll be tough.
one of the hardest, and an Alabama football fan.
Marty, they've never had to wake up or stay up till 10:40 for a start for
Do you
a
know-
game. That's hard.
Do you know what time I watched the Lakers?
What time?
3:30 in the morning in London.
Really?
I watched that game because I'm a fan. And the Lakers
Dedication.
unbelievable.
I had under 45 minutes for Marty to drop the fact that he was in London, so I just cashed that one barely by the skin of my teeth.
Did you guys see the Jimmy Butler video of what Jeff Teague said?
Yes.
Unbelievable story.
I
Like
didn't see that. What did Jeff Teague say?
Jeff Teague basically was saying that like when he was on the Timberwolves, he set up this. It was a long story, so I'm doing it very short. But it was like they had practice, and all the starters were playing the second team.
Oh yes, I saw
It's the
this.
story you tell, Ed.
Yeah,
There's
I
a
said
few
that-
more
I said
details.
that.
He
Oh,
cut
yeah,
out
it was-
the
He joined with
Yeah.
basically the worst 5 players
Yeah.
and just beat the starters without scoring.
took his shirt off. He cut out a box, cut out the Minnesota, so it was just skin on the box.
It's like they can't win without me. Pay me.
And then they're like, all right, run it back. He's like, nope. And he's like, Jimmy gone. And they went to the locker room, and he had Rachel Nichols waiting there to do the interview. Like it was very, very.
Himmy's also is a great nickname.
I've been a Jimmy Butler guy my whole life.
He's awesome.
It's,
He's
I
awesome.
hate that he's that.
Your whole life?
Is he hurt?
Long time. I've been a Jimmy guy a long time. Ask my boys.
Is he hurt?
Jimmy guy.
Like is
I
he
think
rolled
his
his
ankle's
ankle,
fucked. His ankle's in
bad?
trouble.
Bad.
It's good for
We'll
the
see.
I feel like Jimmy Butler is always hurt, and it doesn't matter.
That's what I was gonna say. If you tell me he's playing on a bum ankle, I don't think it really matters.
Like Embiid, I feel like if
He'll dog it out.
Embiid has an itch on his knee, he's out for 2 weeks. If Butler has his ankle amputated, he's questionable.
Jimmy
Brunson's
Butler
gotta
is Jimmy
step
Butler
up
the
today.
closest basketball player to a hockey player?
Oh, maybe.
that was his hockey guy trying to be like, yeah, we're tough. That was his
Yeah,
little
that's all he was doing.
talk about how tough we are.
Get him a little attention over there. What else we got? NFL draft. You want to wrap this thing up? The
A+ Giants. A+.
I just looking at the teams that
PFF
drafted.
grade.
I think the Raiders did a good job. They got the tight end from Notre Dame in the second round. I think that was a steal for them. I think the Bills adding the Utah tight end was good. But I think it starts and ends. I don't think it ends, but I think it starts with the Eagles. The Eagles getting those 2 Georgia guys in the first round, came back and got a
Ringo in the fourth was crazy.
big time Georgia corner in the 4th round, and traded for DeAndre Swift.
Why are teams giving the Eagles players? What's the reason? Should we be like, hey guys, probably don't do that?
I'd like to know the record for most starters from one college on an NFL team, because they've got to at
Probably
least
Georgia.
they've got to at least be threatening it or threaten. They got to at least be getting close.
I know I wasn't. Yeah, attaboy, you got there. I wasn't here for it, obviously, but I thought. Did you guys think what the Texans did was fucking awesome? Like I don't know.
Yeah, I loved it.
Like that was Madden shit.
So bold.
Like, I'm gonna.
That's Madden shit. Yep.
It's like I'm going to draft the best players right now. And to me, like the Cardinals did a good job of having like maybe 45 picks next year.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like if I have the opportunity to get these players right now, fuck the future. This is the future.
It's like what I said was they were in the war room, and you had one half saying we need a quarterback, one half saying we need a defensive end, and then there's the meme like, why not both?
Yeah, it's the common sense department guy.
Have these 2
Boys, we
picks.
can do both.
Let's just get them both. Nobody's ever done that. Be like, I don't know which one guy to take. Just figure out a way to
I would
get them
say
both.
Shay pointed out in his blog, which is crazy with the Cardinals. If they're bad again and the Texans are bad, they could literally just have 1-2 next year.
Yeah.
Which would be-
Cardinals good.
if the Texans and them
Oh,
were the
yeah,
1-2,
yeah.
they would just have the first and second pick of the draft.
Why was everyone feeling bad for Will Levis?
Because
didn't
it's
vote for
always
Levis.
awkward to watch a guy slide in the green room.
I didn't feel bad. Like one, I thought he was kind of I think he should have stayed.
They
for the
kept
second day.
showing him.
Yeah, but like
even
that's just what it is. That's what it is.
Even if you like don't agree, you should have like. I've been on record. I don't think he should have went in the first round, but you still feel bad. The guy's literally his hopes and dreams are just falling. He's
Sitting on his dick in his
by the
hand
15
while
minutes, he's
everybody else
losing
is going.
millions of dollars.
I feel bad.
by
By
the minutes.
20 hot women.
I feel, but I didn't feel bad. Like, I think the camera, like,
Very
that's just your job. You should, like, there's a guy that was supposed to go top 5 and it's still there. You're gonna show him a bunch of times.
Oh yeah, but
I
it's
feel
just
bad for him, like personally, but like not for like. He still got drafted, fucking
I think he got
34th over
I think
whatever.
he got drafted
it was.
about right where he should have gotten drafted.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
that was the spot to take a shot on him.
And let me tell you something. I think the strategy is to be not completely the best in college. Be like around 16th to 30th. But you get the best. Like the guy in the Giants gets to go to the Giants. Like you don't want to be on the Texans right now.
Strategy in college is don't even worry about your performance. Just be 6'4", 230 and throw as hard as you can.
Well, the other thing,
I'm gonna take a shot at you.
quarterback too, like with Levis, like did he drop? Yes, did he drop? But there were teams in there that just couldn't draft him. When you think about that as well,
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
you could
once you
talk
got
yourself
past-
into a wide receiver. You could talk yourself into
Once
a
you got
DN.
past 11, there was nobody who was going to draft
That's
him.
it. Yeah, it's just like,
But
so to me,
who
he
the
didn't
person,
really
who the
drop.
scumbag is his fucking agent or the person being like, listen, you're gonna go here. Like you gotta be
draft guys jack him up too. Like
be real with the
That's what I
people.
said it's Mel Kiper's fault.
Yeah.
Kiper just sucked him off for
And was
a year
Ursay
straight.
saying those are our week interns? They are an intern for a week. Remember that
Like
contest we
WEAK?
Oh, really? Is that who those guys were? I saw
Week
4
is
guys
up.
walk in here with pizza boxes.
and the people sitting on those chairs right there.
Those are interns right there?
yeah, I asked
One
Enrique,
week.
like, why only a week? And the one kid's like, that's what I'm saying. I was like,
They're
All those
people
are
that-
interns?
They wrote remember the contest we did? You buy the merch during Christmas.
Oh, you like it was like $1,000.
really?
It was like $1,000 worth.
$1,000 worth of merch. You
So
get-
those are our interns that bought their way.
you
Oh,
know,
that's
he's
awesome.
wearing
Good for them.
that kid's bill is like 6,000 feet
What's on that
long.
guy's? What's on that guy's coat?
You're looking at the wrong thing. Look at his fucking hat.
What hat?
The brown hat.
what's
Look at his bill.
oh, it's Sandlot, I think.
Oh, that is.
Oh, he's
Why is
looking-
he sucking on his pen
That's a
like
Sandlot
that?
hat.
Yeah, it's a Sandlot hat.
Just a different color.
It's got the fish. It's dark, a little darker. It was khaki in the movie.
Brandon's gonna like pretend to be nice to the interns,
yeah.
and then once they get hired, you get to. Be
Oh,
Nice
that's a hell of a view.
Ew, that's such an
Hell of a
old
view,
man
folks.
butt.
Smoked with the crack.
That's such an old man butt. It's like his ass really isn't there. Come
There's
on.
no
What
butts
are
at
you
all.
doing?
What?
You got
showing
your
your ass.
crack.
Oh, you saw my crack?
The lack of crack.
Usually you can't see my crack.
You can't.
When which
Low
one-
butt crack.
There's
Which one of
nothing
them
there.
did you tell to be your Instagram intern?
Oh, I already have one. So that is the Sandlot jacket, and then he's got the Scotty Smalls hat. Was it Scotty Smalls? Smalls, right?
Scott-
Yeah.
Not Scotty.
Is it Scotty?
I think his name was.
It's Scotty Smalls, wasn't it?
Small.
They didn't really
It
call him
was just
Scotty
Smalls.
Smalls.
Definitely
Called him Smalls.
Scotty
It might have been
Smalls.
Scott.
Scotty,
Scotty
huh?
Smalls.
Scotty Smalls. Yeah.
You're killing me, Smalls.
'Cause Tommy Smalls was in Harlem Nights. He got killed.
Scotty Smalls.
Scotty Smalls.
Yeah, you're right.
They mostly call him Smalls. They never call him.
Or the
Scotty.
twins.
His
Or the
name was
brothers.
just Scott.
Was one of them Yaya, or was he not one? of the
Yaya
twins?
wasn't a brother.
I don't. Timmy and Tommy.
The
What's
ones
their
that
last
printed
name?
in top.
I don't remember.
F credit. Timmy and Tommy Timmons.
Timmy and Tommy Timmons. Yep. Yep.
You know a lot about little boys baseball.
Yaya.
I know a lot about a great movie.
Well, that's an average movie. What was the pitcher's name?
Kenny.
Kenny
Kenny.
DeNunez.
All right. And then there's Squints.
The new.
Michael Squints Palidorus.
Yep.
Ann Porter.
What was Bertram's name?
I don't remember.
Bertram Grover Weeks.
Is he the one that?
He's tall with glasses.
He's the one that brought the chaw.
Really into the 60s. and
the one that
nobody
brought
ever
the
saw
chaw?
him again. Yeah, he brought the chaw.
All right. All right.
He's speaking of all right. He's going. Big Cat kind of gave him a little back and forth of like, hey, you should like, why don't you do a stream? And Frank says, I'm going to the game.
You know what? Good for Frank.
Frank could do whatever the fuck he.
Well, no, but I'm saying is, I've done all the streams. Sometimes you just want to be there and root for your team. You know.
Got season tickets, you know.
Yeah.
What?
What?
A lot of people have given up that seat.
I've given up
At
the
games.
before.
I feel like those people that have given up those seats, though, kind of have left those
Big
seats.
Cat did. He brought up. He's like, I did stream Game 7 of the Cubs World Series, and
Yeah.
I had tickets. But hey, it's not my decision. It's Frank's.
Yeah. I mean, I can't tell him what to do, but he's a
Oh my
fan. He wants to,
God.
what's wrong with you?
No, so whenever people call me, it's attached to my phone and it clicks me off the Zoom link. And of course, Ben's calling me right now.
Answer.
Oh, don't answer
answer.
live. God.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing
Lord.
that. But of course.
At least when
So
your
I'm just going to sit here not being
reflection,
able to see off the next
reflection
5
on your
minutes.
phone didn't. Else. That's
Because I
the
work.
funniest part is the reflection was before.
Is what it is. All right, Marty. We
Uh,
have hockey. We have basketball. We have baseball. What do you got?
I
Oh,
took,
God.
Circus,
Oh,
not my
God.
clowns.
Yep. What?
Is this going to happen?
What?
Are we all going to have Sons and Sons money line?
No,
No, not me.
Okay.
I don't
Definitely do.
bet that.
not
All
I
right.
said that.
Go ahead, Marty.
Not I said that.
Yeah, I got the Suns money line. I
Sixers
got-
money line is just an
Sixers and-
irresponsible bet.
No, it's just like that's crazy. 10 points in the playoffs, no matter if Embiid's out, is I thought it was going to be at least like 7 to
Yeah.
6. 10 is outrageous.
I think it was 6.5, like with Embiid.
6.5 with Embiid?
I think so.
Why don't you parlay them both? Just get crazy.
Maybe.
And then Rico will come in tomorrow and say how big your balls are. Even
You
though
guys go around. I want to ask
Go
my
ahead.
bet real fast.
Someone that's Braves Mets first game over starts in like 10
Oh,
minutes.
why are you on that? Isn't Strider pitching?
I am.
Why?
So I like it. I think also I think they're going to score a shit ton on the Mets.
Wow.
Okay. All
That's
right.
in bad shape.
Wow.
And I think that's in scrape together a couple. I'm on the Nuggets first half. I'm doing the Suns have been god awful in first halves. The playoffs Nuggets have been very good. And I'm on the over. I think I'm going to be on the Celtics as well, -10.
There's my Suns and Suns money line. And listen, hockey's great. Overtime, why not? Plus 320. Let's just get us an overtime in Game 7 again. There you go. A lot of plus money there. Rico?
Rangers and Dodgers. Game 7, baby. Nut up.
And then Megan?
Megan is on the Yankees money line. I have Tatis and Machado to get a hit, and then I also have a parlay today that is Blue Jays, Astros, and Dodgers all to win plus 330.
I'm not really.
You bet the last place Yankees?
I did.
We're legitimately so hurt. I can't even.
They're in last place though. It's May 1st.
Last three times they've seen
They're in last place.
Quantrill, they've raked them. So we're gonna hope that they do that today.
Really quick. I got Suns, Oilers, 77-1 champions, and Warriors, Maple Leafs. I don't even know what that odds.
Start hedging. Start
I
hedging.
don't hate Warriors Maple Leafs.
Start hedging.
42-1.
142-1. That's crazy.
All right.
Maple Leafs are playing the fucking Panthers now. That's great.
Oh, people made fun of the Maple Leafs fans for saying we want Florida, we want Florida. Well, that's
You
what
knew.
they got.
Yeah.
We want Houston.
What's your problem?
I just remember that chant really well. Also winning the World Series.
Rico, please don't freak out on any unsuspecting
I got a
jail
chant.
workers. Go ahead.
Bring back Donnie. Bring back Donnie.
Oh
Bring
my
back
God.
Donnie.
I'm getting off of here. Goodbye.